So, right now we are at Novobox and we are here with managing director and founder Joe Noel. Hello Joe, nice to meet you. And as we are often covering the topic of physical media and packaging, we are now at Novobox for a presentation of the newest packaging and their different kinds. So I will hand it over to him to explain more about the company and the products.
Okay. So my name is Jean. I created the company Novobox about 25 years ago. We do special packaging, so metal boxes known as the Future Pack, and we do a lot of collector's edition with box sets around that. So maybe I can present a bit, but I need the two hands to present.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry for this. So we have been selling now a product called the Future Pack for about 20 years, which is made of two parts of metal like this. And the difference with our main competitors is we can do that 3D embossing, which is special. And our main competitors does a debossing and then embossing. So basically there's almost no embossing. So that has been on the market for a long time. We do as well some special box sets with the coin. So the coin can be taken and then you would put it on the front like this, and you would have special finishes, and you can have as well a numbering on the front. Okay. But now we have come with a new box which is presented here, made of three parts, because we can do this because now the patent of our competitor expires after 20 years. So it's made of three parts. We can print the spine. We'll have exactly the same feature with the 3D embossing, with the numbering directly on the tin. So it can be on the top, or it can be on the front, or on the back. So that is absolutely possible. And this tool is available now. The difference as well is we use a metal thickness of 0.25 millimeter thick, and they use 0.21 millimeter thick. So actually our box, so that's a box that they make, it's very flimsy, and ours is much stronger. It's also heavier, it's 40 grams heavier, just because the material is thicker. So we try to provide good quality products. So this is now available already in the market. We're presenting it at Gamescom to get orders. We have also the option to have a digital print on the Future Pack, but we'll have it also on the steel case. So for this, for example, you have switch housing. You can put the physical media inside, and you can make small runs of 200, 300 with the digital print, which we make in France. So that's one thing for the metal box. We do collector's edition, like this one, where there's a magnet opening, and you have an acrylic piece, so you need to take off the stickers so it becomes completely transparent. So that's for protecting. There's inside three metal posters. There's an envelope with a little booklet inside. And here you see, I don't know if you can see very well, there's a music cassette. There's a wristband. And there's this special stuff as well that comes as a collector's edition.
Interestingly, we made an interview with the creators of the rubber keyed Wonder. Okay. It's actually a documentary crew that did a documentary about this machine, and they called it the rubber keyed Wonder. So I guess you were the manufacturer for the collector's editions, as I see it. Yeah. It's quite interesting. But there's a connection between you and the retro scene, actually. And I would say now I hand it over to Dennis, because he is also releasing a lot on album in physics. I guess he knows more about boxing than I do.
First of all, thanks for the presentation. Really amazing products, and I'm quite amazed because I'm a collector on my own. And when I see such a steelbook in a shop, I will buy it immediately. And and what do you think in times of decreasing physical sales? Do you think that that the collector's editions become more and more important? Sorry.
I mean, we've seen it because, okay, video game, the market is a bit tough, I mean, to be frank, but we've been in the DVD and Blu-ray business already for so many years, and we've seen that already. It started like 5-7 years ago already. So we're doing a lot of smaller numbers, limited, so usually there is numbering, and the publisher, they sell it now more expensive. So it's a niche market. Some companies, our competitors, they completely closed, but we stayed in that business and we accepted to make, for example, for a media book, 300 units, 400 units, but we take an order like, let's say 4,000 and make many covers. So it's still a bit profitable because we need to survive as well. So I think there's really a niche, and if you look at countries like Germany is doing a lot of collector's edition. France, we're doing a lot of different covers now, so I think it's still physical. There is also Italy, Spain, US, but I mean the market is still there, you know.
That's very good. So you found your niche, and then you're specializing more and more and more, and then I think this is pretty unique. I didn't saw this like this, and very interesting. So congratulations.
Thank you. We're doing as well a special posters. So this for Switch comes with a little magnet, and this you can make, because before, no, if you asked me 10 years ago, would you do that for 300 units? I say, no, I'm not going to do it. But now, because of digital print, you can make it decent quality, and in France, this offset print. So this was like 80,000 units, for example, that we made, but this you can make small runs, 300, 500, so that's possible.
Very special products for special collector's editions. Pretty good. It's cool.
I find it quite interesting because you mentioned a couple of times it's actually produced in France.
I mean, the digital printed is made in France. The board games, the board packaging, we make in Serbia. And the metal box we make in China, but we print it in digital in France.
Interesting. Yeah. So you are really international working, and also in the EU, obviously. Yeah, Serbia is also Europe.
It's a European continent, and we're connected with Serbia because I have 3 kids in Serbia, so that's why the connection is there.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to mention because everybody says like, yeah, it's all done in China, but it's also good to have products to see there's still something happening in Europe and in the European Union. Yeah.
Like those wooden boxes, for example, this is a prototype we're presenting at Gamescom. It's made in Serbia, so you can have 400 units, 1,000 units. It's made locally in Europe and with a quick delivery time. Yeah.
Okay. So your typical customers, are there big companies, or are there like for example Kickstarter or something, small projects? What's your key customer base?
I mean, the Kickstarter, we've done a few already, so it's okay, we're happy with that. But when the AAA are coming, it's bigger numbers, smaller margin, but bigger numbers. So it's a mix of both. If we did, for example, this, which we made for Warner Games, there was a coin, there was one version with a blue coin, there was a version with a gold coin, there was a version with a metal coin. Last time with this one, which we made also for them. So there's many versions. So when they place an order, it's nice quantity, which we like, of course. If you make a Kickstarter, sometimes it's 5, 10, 20,000, but we're also happy with that. And the Kickstarter, they're more interesting because you do a lot more stuff. Right. Usually here they ask you just a metal box. Kickstarter is the whole box with the plush, the figurine, which we also do, and that's more interesting, yeah?
Yeah, it's interesting because I see the connection now between the retro scene and also, as I said, AAA. So it's good that you are reaching to all kinds of companies and businesses. And well, you mentioned earlier that your metal boxes are thicker. So is it like a better quality standard, or what made your decision on that?
On the Future Pack, our old box, we already had a thicker material to make a difference with our competitor. And we decided to keep the difference. It's cheaper to make it in 021, but we prefer to have a better quality product. At the end of the day, they are the market leader, let's be fair. Okay. But we come with it's basically like 20% cheaper with a better material. So, that's where the difference comes from. So we are going after the market a bit aggressively. but that's our choice. But it's thicker, and the box itself is about 40 gram heavier, so it feels stronger, you know?
Awesome, awesome. So is there something you plan to cover for the future that you didn't present here? Is there something you can tell us about? Future perspective, perhaps?
I mean, we've done a few stuff in acrylic figurines, because we make resin figurines, we make injection molded figurines, but it takes a lot of time to develop. The acrylic figurine we can make in France in 5-6 weeks. It's very easy. So we've done some in the DVD industry, and we're trying to promote it now in the video game industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So thanks for your time and your presentation. Very interesting. And of course for collectors like Dennis and myself, our heart is pounding for physical, because for years everybody told us digital is the future. So thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Keep up the amazing work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Wonderful.